Well, hi everybody, thanks for joining us on Logistics Executive TV. We are here at the World Trade Center in Dubai for Breakbulk 2025 Middle East, one of the biggest operations and conferences of this sort in the world. And I'm joined today by Dimitri Van Eekelen, who is the VP Commercial for the Port of SOHAR in the beautiful country of Oman, and that is part of the ASYAD Group. So Dimitri, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, good to see you, good to see you. So maybe give us a bit of a heads up on ASYAD, and then I want to talk about the Port of SOHAR, which is of course a gateway port, not only into Oman, but into the rest of the Gulf as well, yeah?
Correct, absolutely, yes.
So ASYAD, maybe a half a dozen hot points about what's so special about ASYAD?
So ASYAD, for SOHAR Port and Freezone, ASYAD is our shareholder, but not only the shareholder, they're also our partner. So we work a lot together in finding logistic solutions for the country of Oman. So there's a lot of exchange in knowledge, there's a lot of exchange in opportunities, and there's a lot of exchange in making the ease of doing business in Oman better than it was.
Yep, absolutely. And SOHAR, I think, is one of the most well-established, long-standing ports in the region, yeah?
Well, yes, but at the same time we're only 20 years old.
Right.
So we're a young port.
Yep.
We have two shareholders, so ASYAD is one of our shareholders, and the other shareholder is the Port of Rotterdam.
Yep.
And also with the Port of Rotterdam, we have a lot of exchange, especially when it comes to sustainability issues and digitalization. So yeah, we work a lot together. What was I about to say?
That's all right. And we've been, I've been to the Port of Rotterdam a number of times. Hosted up there, did a conference there about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Brilliant setup, and of course that would be a huge advantage to this part of the world, having that expertise. And of course both countries, the Dutch of course, and the Omanis, many centuries of seafaring.
Absolutely, yes, and I was about to say, so Port of SOHAR is a landlord port. So we invite large global companies to operate the port in SOHAR, and that's, for example, examples are the port of Hutchison container terminal, C. Steinweg, which is the breakbulk operator in SOHAR, and Advario is the liquid bulk operator.
Brilliant.
And I think that sets a certain standard in terms of safety, efficiency, that we like to showcase not only in Oman but also in the rest of the GCC.
Sure, and because it's part of ASYAD, there's a real interlinking between the road transport, the Oman shipping, of course, which is one of the world's biggest shipping organisations, and the sort of activity that it does.
Absolutely, yes.
And what is Oman shipping well known for?
Well, Oman Shipping is one of our key customers in SOHAR. I think the diversity is probably what they're known for. Similar to the Port of SOHAR, we're equipped to handle each and every commodity that is available.
And they're big on oil and gas?
They're big on oil and gas, big in tankers, they are involved in containers, they're involved into dry bulk. So also they have the same diversity as we have as a Port of SOHAR.
Sure. So what just panning out a little bit, what do you see as some of the bigger influential factors impacting on logistics around the Gulf and broader? What do you see in the near term? What are some of the challenges and opportunities that you're seeing?
Well, I think there are a couple. So the Port of SOHAR is only 20 years old. What we see now that the port is relatively full. So we need to make sure we optimize our infrastructure better than we've done in the last years. And that means that we need to make better use of data in order to make sure that the turnaround time of vessel improves. Another opportunity is the enormous investments in rail. So the SOHAR Abu Dhabi and SOHAR to the greater GCC rail network we see as a big opportunity for SOHAR to continue to grow and highlight the location of SOHAR outside of the Strait of Hormuz, but with possibilities to connect to the hinterland in the GCC. Then the last part, and I think that's the global challenge, is sustainability. So we need to make sure that we decarbonize the port. We're a large emitter in Oman. So we've established what we call the SOHAR Net Zero Alliance.
You're going green.
Going green, exactly, yes. Not we, but together with our tenants.
Of course.
And together with the government, together with Hydrom, together with various parties that play a role. We want to make sure we have a clear pathway to net zero, and we want to do that jointly with all the stakeholders involved in that.
And you folks in Oman are very well positioned because of some of the massive mountain ranges for sure, and the wind factors there, and the massive different seasons, which most people are not aware of.
And the sun, don't forget the sun.
Enormous amount of sun for the solar, and then also the wind power as well. We were talking to Tom Annenberg just previously about the green hydrogen project. That's very exciting.
Yes.
You've got all the facilities, and you've got all the natural environment to make that work very well.
Absolutely, and the first example is what we call the Commercia project. It's an LNG liquefaction plant being constructed in SOHAR, partly by OQ and partly by Total Energies.
Right.
And that facility will be fed with a 300 megawatt solar park. So that I think is the first step in making sure that we provide the marine industry with a bunker fuel that is better than we have today. And the fact that the liquefaction plant is 100% driven by solar makes that even a more low carbon solution than currently available. So
good stuff.
Yeah, we try to be with the industry to decarbonize, and we're looking for partners in the port and the free zone to do that with us.
Be a leader in that space.
Absolutely.
Good. So before we wrap, I always like to invite our guests to give a reflection of, for people who are not in the industry, who want to come into the industry, and we're always, as a recruiter, we're always looking to bring new talent into the industry, whether it's new talent out of uni and out of educational institutions, or transitioning across from other roles in other industries, other sectors. What would you say would be what people could expect by coming into the logistics industry? And you can reflect on your own history if you like.
Exactly. No. I think what can people expect is an enormous amount of change. I think the logistics industry, I come from the container world, tends to be relatively conservative. And I think Tom alluded to this as well. I think a lot of stakeholders in the industry are holding the data to their chest. But I think that's slowly changing. We see more and more companies that are opening up because they see that if I share data, I can actually get something back which in return which is better than if I do that in isolation. So I think for the young, for the boys and the girls that come from universities, I think digitalization and sustainability will be also for our industry massive game changers.
Brilliant. All the best.
Thank you.
Dimitri, thanks so much for giving us your time. And as the VP for Commercial for Port of SOHAR, for Oman, the jewel of the Gulf, really appreciate you joining us. And of course, anybody who's interested in the beautiful sights and scenes that you can get in Oman, city of Muscat and all of the surrounds, it really is a staggeringly beautiful place. So thanks again, and Dimitri, and all the best ahead.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Cheers. Shukran.